Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Studios with a special severe weather update here on your June 22nd, 2026. Well, we're still tracking for the potential for some late day showers and thunderstorms and some possibly severe. Now, let me be clear. This is not going to be a widespread event, folks. Some folks are going to get hit and some folks won't. So don't take offense if it doesn't hit your backyard. But we are going to see some weather around here for later today. Now, if you're new here to our channel and you live anywhere across North Georgia, let me quickly introduce myself as your personal weatherman. I'd love for you to hire me, as we're on a mission to build a professional 24-hour channel. So if you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future weather updates, as well as any live severe weather coverage, which we will do when warranted, and we will be doing live coverage today if it looks like it is required. All right, let's get into today's update as, again, we're starting off mix of sun and clouds, kind of depending on where you're at. Now, Blairsville, you do have some showers in the area. I'm going to show you here in just a second, but we're going to start out the day decently. It's just later this afternoon when things will go downhill. So let's go and take a look at our current map here as you kind of see what's going on. Look at the heavy thunderstorms back toward our west. We got a severe thunderstorm watch out here toward Arkansas. You see a nice little impressive line of showers and thunderstorms, which is expected to move in this general direction. And we got some rains already up into into Tennessee, and we got a few showers there in northern Georgia right now for this morning. But that's the heavy action as we watch that cluster of storms, and we'll see if it kind of holds together. It moves in our direction here for later today. See the watches and warnings. There's numerous warnings along that line. You see all that yellow in there. That is all your severe thunderstorm warnings, even a tornado warning up there. I think the tornado risk will be relatively low for today, not zero, but it shouldn't be anything that should be widespread out there. Now, as we mentioned, we do have a few showers in the area. Blue Ridge got some showers nearby. As I mentioned, Blairsville, you got some showers nearby up near Murphy, but that's about it. Pretty quiet out there for this morning. So let's look at our severe weather outlook here. This will be updated here in just a little bit. I don't anticipate it to change, but if it does, I will post a new update there on Facebook for you guys to check out. But there is the look. Again, we're talking about level 2 here for today. So level 2 means slight. This is level 1 down here. So what does that mean? That means we could see an isolated severe thunderstorm or two. Again, nothing widespread expected. Now we break down the categories. Again, the northwest zones, that's at 2% risk. That's at green. So we're looking up there for a 2% chance for an isolated thunderstorm in this general vicinity as that line moves in across extreme northwest Georgia. Wind threat will be the bigger problem today, covering just about everybody here. Again, we're talking about strong gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour potentially with this, and hail should not be a problem. If we do see, we're talking small stuff here as far as hail is concerned. So the big problem today will be the wind. We'll have to watch that here for this afternoon. Now, we're going to have some heavy rains with this, not like they're seeing back there. You see the moderate risk there for flooding there across Arkansas and Tennessee. I'm not anticipating that. These storms will be moving through the area, so they'll be hit and run, maybe a quick inch of rain or so. But flooding should not be a problem with this, with some localized flooding possible, but again, not a major deal here. Check out the satellite imagery, boy. I mean, those showing up very nice. This is your infrared imagery here. So when you get the brighter red cloud tops on there, that means you're getting them going way up there in the atmosphere, above 45, 50,000 feet. So you get some good thunderstorms there with that cluster of storms. So it's definitely that time of year where you deal with these MCSs, these multicellular storms. They're kind of a cluster of storms that kind of feed off each other a little bit. So we'll be watching the dynamics as far as the heat, because this will be arriving during the late afternoon when we got some our best heat energy available for thunderstorms, because, you know, that's what thunderstorms like to feed off. That's their fuel source when they get some nice warm, muggy weather. That's what they like, all right? So temperatures this morning are not looking all that bad, but here's the one of the models here. We'll just kind of go through this a little bit here as we kind of got this looped on through. This is one of the high resolution models here. We'll look at a couple of them here, and I'm going to go in a little bit closer. See, this is going into a little bit later. So this one here is pretty slow. All right, so as you can see here, by 7 o'clock, coming in across the northwest zones, and then it kind of comes on through. So it looks like kind of a rainy, stormy night here on the high-resolution model. All right, so this is a little slower than what was showing yesterday. It looked like it was going to be between, like 5 and 10 o'clock. So this is a little bit slower on this particular model. So let's go look at the rapid refresh for comparison. All right. So this one's firing up some storms out ahead of the storm. So you see that 2 o'clock this afternoon is already firing up some stuff here this afternoon. So you've seen some spotty storms there. and you see it coming on through. Now, one thing I will say is that looking back at what I like to try to do when I see something like this is I kind of look at the current picture and see how it kind of lines up with what you're seeing. So if you're looking at that right there, right? And then you look at the current map. Okay, so that looks fairly close to what we're seeing, right? That's what we're looking for. So that's the rapid refresh. And then we'll look at the high resolution. So they're fairly close. They're both fairly close to what we're seeing there on the current picture. All right, so let's go look again. Go back to the rapid refresh here again. And so you see it's losing its punch as it moves to the west, at least according to that. And then we'll see what's left of it as this little disturbance slides through Tennessee and comes through our area. So we'll be looking at the 12Z data here, be working in the next hour or so. We'll see how it works out. The timing on this is going to be critical, but I think this is going to be spotty, all right? Isolated is the word of the day. Nothing widespread out there. So we are going to be looking at some decent instability. That's your heat source. So this is what we call CAPE, all right? So what you're looking at here is illustration of how much heat energy is out there. When you're talking about anything between 1,500 to 2,000, that's a good solid energy source, all right? So you see 2,500, 23. This is your 3 o'clock CAPE out there. All right. Now, if we look at, this is another thing I want to look at here. This is our lightning data here. Now, this is where I want to talk, when I talk to y'all about it being spotty, this is what I'm talking about, all right? So this is our intense lightning here. You kind of see where the storms are. So again, not everybody's going to get this, folks, and this is just a snapshot. It could be, just because this snapshot says 3 o'clock, it's all down around Atlanta, doesn't mean it's all going to be there. It could be LJ, it could be, you get the idea. It'll be spotty hitting around the area. So again, we'll be watching closely. If it does require severe weather coverage, we will do it. But if it looks like it's just an isolated thing, then we're not going to worry about it. But if it does, we will be on here to do the live on YouTube. So you see that scattered nature of the storms. So looks like for the forecast, most of today should be okay. Going late afternoon into the evening hours, mostly heading into night especially, that's when your best window will be for showers and storms. Now, the good news is for tomorrow, once this front kind of clears on by, Tuesday and Wednesday are looking pretty good. Then we got another system coming in on Thursday with some scattered storms on that, a little early to see if that's going to have any severe with that. But one thing's certain, we're definitely tracking drier and we're tracking hotter going into next weekend. So we've got temperatures back up around near 90 degrees. So again, we'll be watching closely to see how this thing works out for us here for this afternoon. Again, we're watching what's currently going on, and we'll be tracking those storms. We'll see if they're going to be losing their punch or not, and see what form it'll be by the time it gets to us. I will say this is that the 6Z stuff is not as intense or as widespread as what was showing from the 12Z yesterday that I was posting, and we will see what the 12Z coming out here shortly looks like for comparison. So my plan of action is like this for today. If it looks like we may get any kind of watch issued over us, like it's currently over toward Arkansas and Louisiana, we will do severe weather coverage. If it looks like it's just spotty, then we'll just do some postings over on Facebook, okay? So, again, just be on the lookout for this. This will be for late this afternoon. Again, not everybody's going to get it. Some will get some hefty thunderstorms, and then pretty decent week ahead. Really not looking all that bad. All right, again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please give us a subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on weather updates and as well as any severe weather updates. We will do our regular forecast postings later this afternoon, so you guys can look out for that as well. All right, you guys have a good day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.